You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Arya and this is your next audio update for Wednesday, February 8th, 2017. We are officially away from NXT TakeOver San Antonio and officially on the road to NXT TakeOver Orlando the night before WrestleMania, April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2017. But before we get to there, let's go to a night of sanity, shall we? Nigel McGuinness has officially taken over for Corey Graves, and on top of that, they've even updated the opening video package to include footage from TakeOver already. We start the night with our first appearance from Sanity, as Alexander Wolf and the very hairy Killian Dane took on the Bollywood Boys, Harv and Gurv Sira. The fans cheered for the Bollywood Boys, but they also recognized that they were the lambs being led to slaughter. This was pretty much a 2-on-1 handicap match as Dane started the match. Dane took control of the match. Dane got in all the offense of the match, and Dane picked up the win with Alexander Wolf standing on the apron holding the tag rope. The Siras tried attacking Dane 1-on-1. They tried attacking Dane 2-on-1. Neither worked. And Killian Dane pinned one of them with a one-winged angel. After the match, Nikki Cross bellowed to bring her Asuka and then slammed her head into the turnbuckles. Eric Young then cut a promo about how he humbled Ty Dillinger and is telling Dillinger one more time to join Sanity. Liv Morgan versus Peyton Royce. This feud has been going on since last summer. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce decided to take the longest possible ring entrance in NXT history up to this point. If you've ever watched a show, you know it's not a very long walk down the ramp to the ring, and these two took their time. The awkward part, of course, is that Liv Morgan's already in the ring and having to stand there and wait. And I think I said it was Liv Morgan and Peyton Royce. It's actually Liv Morgan and Billie Kay in this match. And like I said, these three have actually been feuding since last fall, with Liv using both Aaliyah and Ember Moon at times. Billie Kay used Eat Defeat a minute in, but Liv kicked out. Liv made her comeback and won with a roll-up when she knocked Billie into Peyton, who had jumped up on the apron. Ty Dillinger was backstage staring off into the distance. He cut a promo saying that he was not humbled by Sanity. He will not be joining Sanity. And then he wanted to talk about how great he was in the Royal Rumble when Sanity attacked him. They beat on Dillinger all the way from the backstage area to the ring, and the save was made by Roderick Strong and No Way Jose, with the three of them teaming up to send Sanity fleeing to the back. Mr. Eagle was backstage and announced that Tyler Bate and Trent Seven next week will battle for the WWE United Kingdom Championship right here on NXT. So I guess Mr. Eagle is back and healthy from his 1 week or so absence when he was ill and couldn't go to San Antonio. Anyway, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce stormed into the office and demanded a match against Liv Morgan. At first, they seemed annoyed that Mr. Eagle did not give them a handicap match and instead made a tag team match, allowing Liv to team up with anyone. But then they began laughing, saying that Liv has no friends. Heavy Machinery made their official NXT debut. Tucker Knight and Otis Dozovich. They've officially re-debuted as a team here. They originally sports entertained during the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, but now appear to be an official team. And by the way, speaking of people that have been debuting, whatever happened to that guy, and I'm going to kick myself for not remembering his name, the large, very well-built guy that had Kurt Hawkins' head on a much more impressively built body. They built him up for weeks. He showed up on his very first night and got destroyed by Samoa Joe, and then has never been seen since. Whatever happened to him? Anyway, Knight and Dozovich are here to take on the Revival, the former two-time NXT Tag Team Championship. They used to be the Hellbots themselves. The former two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. At one point, Tucker Knight had Dash up with a bear hug and then literally threw him into the air and into the waiting arms of Dozovich, who put on his own bear hug. The former two-time champs got the heat on Otis. Knight got the hot tag and ran wild on the Revival. Knight went to tag out, but Dash pulled Otis off the apron. Knight chased Dash all around the ring, but when he rolled back in, Dawson kicked him in the gut and pinned him with a DDT. The Revival cut a promo reminding people that they are the greatest tag team in NXT history. They stated that they are the tag team of the year, which led to a few fans chanting that they deserve it. Revival said that DIY never deserved to be tag team champions, which was proved when they got demolished by the Authors of Pain. They said they've carried the tag team division, and at NXT TakeOver Orlando, they will make the Authors of Pain a footnote. Before they could leave, out came the new NXT Tag Team Champions, accompanied by Paul Ellering. Revival ducked out of the ring and pantomimed, saying that they wouldn't wrestle the Authors of Pain until money and the championships were on the line. As Authors of Pain backed up the aisle, the Revival ran in from out of nowhere, attacking Akam and Razor from behind. They knocked Akam off the ramp, kicked Razor a few times, and then ran away, leaving the champs very, very angry. To prepare for the big UK title match next week, we had a video package from first Tyler Bate and then later on Trent Seven. They were almost the same exact video packages you saw during the UK title tournament, only they updated them to include footage from said tournament. And then it was time for the glorious celebration. For the first time since becoming the NXT Championship, Bobby Roode is here at Full Sail University. Remember how earlier I noted that Billie Kay and Peyton Royce had taken the longest walk ever to get to the ring? Well, Bobby Roode must have been watching that and decided anything those two could do, he could do better, as he took even longer to walk to the ring. His theme song was about 4 minutes. It had time to play all the way through and then start over. I just wanted to mention, as a quick trivia note, when the current NXT debuted in June of 2012 and crowned their first champion, Bobby Roode was across town in Orlando at Universal Studios as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Roode said that he is not the guy to walk around and say he told you so, but then began laughing and saying he is totally that guy. From the moment he stepped into an NXT ring, he told everybody he was on a completely different level, night after night, takeover after takeover. He proved just that. Roode said Nakamura dominated Japan for a decade, and then to mock the fans, he stopped and explained to them what a decade was. Maybe he just watched that famous game show clip with the guy in the dating game who didn't know what a decade was, but still managed to guess the right answer. Anyway, Roode said that he'd come to NXT and defeated every person that he got into the ring with. Nakamura came to NXT and defeated everybody he got into the ring with, except for Bobby Roode. Nakamura hit him with everything he had, including the Kinshasa and despite that, he could not get the job done. He said winning the title was the single greatest moment in NXT history because now they have a real champion. He did a little bit of a Ric Flair strut and then said that it's no longer "We Are NXT." This is Bobby Roode's NXT. He finished, of course, by saying that NXT is simply, or he said that this NXT is simply glorious. In case you didn't have enough sanity in your life, the main event was Sanity in a six-man tag team match against Ty Dillinger, Roderick Strong, and No Way Jose. Because why not? You know, someone must have told the babyfaces that there was not much time left in the show, so after each of them got their long individual entrances, they decided that Sanity didn't deserve their own entrance and attacked the heels on the ramp. I think it's possible that Killian Dane has somehow gotten hairier since his first match earlier in the show. Jose and Alexander Wolf grabbed each other's hair and beard at one point, and Jose got the better of their interaction. Young tagged in, and Jose again got the better of EY. Finally, Dane tagged in and was the one to get sustained offense on the babyfaces, getting on Dillinger of all people, while screaming at the other babyfaces. Dane, of course, eventually tagged out, which allowed Dillinger to make the hot tag to Roderick Strong. I don't know if Alexander Wolf deadweighted Roderick Strong, but Roderick Strong looked like he put forth more effort in lifting Wolf up for a backbreaker than you've ever seen anybody lift up another human being. The finish saw Strong go for a sick kick on Young, but Dane tripped Strong. Dillinger hit the tiebreaker on Young, but behind the referee's back, Nikki Cross gave Dillinger a hurricanrana over the top rope. While that was going on, Dane ran over Roderick Strong. Eric Young dragged his body on top of the lifeless body of Strong, got the pin, and Sanity improves to 2-0 on this very program and picks up the win in not just the opener, but the main event as well. So that's going to do it for this week. I want to thank everybody for listening, and I hope to talk to you again in 7 days.
You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.